What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I want to just check in and see what's happening with Pocahontas. She's out right now on the war trail, like, she's out there right now like an engine would be. You know, remember, she's an engine. Deep down on the inside, she's like got one raindrop in the ocean of engine in her, I guess. Yeah, that was enough, though. That was enough. That would be equivalent for me just going out to the ocean right now with a little bit of baby oil and dropping a little bit in and saying, you know what? The whole ocean's made of baby oil. That's what it is. Anyway, but nonetheless, let's hear what happened on the trail, because remember, people around the United States, when they see and hear the Democrats and their responses to all of the things that are going on around the world that our president has to deal with, and then only to see our politicians express support for our enemies over our president, they're all supposed to applaud that, right? All the Americans are like, that's darn right. Forget the home team. Let's go ahead and focus on people who obviously hate us, who yell death to America. Their regime wants to do anything that they can do to hurt, harm, or kill our people. And when our president responds, he's wrong. He's wrong. Let's take the side of the enemy, huh? Let's hear how somebody responded to Pocahontas out on the trail.
She was quickly met with some hostility.
A what?
The man who claimed to be a...
My man came up out of nowhere like, why are you siding with terrorists? Huh? And Elizabeth Warren, she looked concerned. She's sitting there with the mic like, oh, shoot. He's a big man, too. I don't see no security guards coming to get him right now. Frankly, I'm a little concerned because, yeah, he can kind of run up and, snatch her up, but I don't think he's going to do that. The man is real mad, though. He got the finger and everything. Why are you siding with terrorists? Now, I want to know the answer to this, too. Because when I hear Pocahontas talk about that we assassinated Solomon Grundy and all of these things, sounds to me like you're very sympathetic to Solomon Grundy and the Iranian leadership that are oppressing their own people. So let's hear what happens.
Minister was escorted out by police amid boos and a Warren chant.
I think getting into a shouting match with a man who is so clearly disturbed is not helpful to him and not...
So by asking you, all right, why are you supporting a terrorist? You can't be in your right mind. Now, frankly, I think the man is highly intelligent because he's seeing it, unlike all of your people sitting there listening to you and applauding you. He's seeing it for what it is. You are supporting the terrorists over Trump. You wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't Trump that actually did what he had to do to keep America safe. Now, you're telling me he's not seeing that right? Obviously, he's deranged. Now you see how we as people with some sanity, some reasoning skills, some patriotism, some love for our country are able to look at a situation like a terrorist being taken off the board and listening to you and the rest of the media and the rest of the Democrats siding with them. And we're all sitting there going, why are you supporting? Now, this is how the reasonable person thinks. I'm sitting there going, why are people in that audience supporting Elizabeth Warren and her efforts to support the terrorists? Why are all these voters that might be voting for Biden or eventually voting for Bernie or any of those guys who are attacking Trump over what he did, how are y'all seeing this? I look at that and I go, I'm scratching my head. I'm wondering if you're deranged, if you can overlook what they're doing. If you can't see that them supporting what happened against Solomon Grundy, by them supporting the Iranian government, is a direct slap in America's face. If you can't see that, I'm wondering who's really deranged. So it sounds to me like this man who's asking a logical question right there is probably more sound mentally than the people sitting there listening to you and clapping like seals. Finish.
Not helpful to anyone.
Following the outburst, Warren continued with her stump speech, which did address the tensions with Iran.
You know, the circumstances that are unfolding around Iran really are deeply disturbing.
The latest poll...
Why are they deeply disturbing? Why are they deeply disturbing? I don't understand. Everything that President did worked out just beautifully, but they're deeply disturbing according to her.
Registered Democrats and unenrolled voters in New Hampshire has 15% back.
Now, here is the sum of it all. In New Hampshire right now, leading, which this is a horrible team to have to pick from. This lineup right here, if this was the NFL drafts, I'd be like, oh, pass on the whole group. We're going to go ahead with the team we had last year, even though we went like 0-16. We went on 16. We didn't win a game, but we're better off keeping this squad than to have to choose from this squad. So right now we got Pete Buttigieg coming in at 20% in New Hampshire. Then we got Sleepy, Creepy, Slimy, Sloppy Joe coming in at 19%. Then we got Angry Old Man Bernie coming in at 18%. And bringing up the rear is Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas at 15%. You would think maybe she could turn that around if she showed some loyalty to America and our interests and support a little bit of our patriotism that we all have in America instead of always look for opportunity to spit on us when she gets a chance. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I had to bust that out. Had to laugh a little bit at Pocahontas getting harassed. Now, see, if that was a Trump rally and they had all of their planted people in there to be screaming and jumping up shame and all of that stuff, she wouldn't call them deranged. She'd be like, that's what you get when people are able to recognize racism and sexism and misogyny. Speaking of racism, there's climate racism. There's all kind of racism and everything. And yet people want to elect her to be our president. Man, are you for real? Suddenly, I'd like to leave your island, in the words of Jim Kelly off of Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. God bless you. Don't forget, check me out every Wednesday night, 7:30, live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, and my radio blog talk show. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and the notification button. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure your notifications are set to all. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, since YouTube is now digging into me by demonetizing all my work, anyway, feel free. There's a link in the bottom to do that as well. And you can find me on Facebook and the Twitter. Check out Extreme Tees. Put Kevin in a promo code. You get a 20% discount. And we will see you guys next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.